Have you ever noticed how life seems to have its ups and downs, as if it were a constant cycle of movement? Imagine if we could understand and harmonize with these cycles, transforming challenges into growth opportunities. We all face moments of great joy and deep sorrow, but what if these moments weren't just coincidences, but part of a universal rhythm? In this video, we will explore the principle of rhythm, the fifth of the 7 Hermetic principles described in the Kybalion. We will understand how it can help us navigate life's highs and lows with more wisdom and balance. The principle of rhythm teaches us that everything in the universe moves in a constant flow and ebb, like the ocean tides. From the cycles of nature to the phases of our personal lives, this principle reveals that everything rises and falls. By understanding this rhythm, we can learn to flow with it instead of fighting against its tides. Introduction to the principle of rhythm. The principle of rhythm is one of the 7 Hermetic laws described in the Kybalion, a classic text of Hermetic philosophy. This principle states that everything has its flow and ebb. Everything rises and falls. In other words, everything in the universe follows a pattern of movement that oscillates between extremes. This pendulum movement can be observed in everything around us. The tides rise and fall. Day turns into night, the seasons change. Similarly, our emotions, our energies, and even our thoughts follow this rhythm of rising and falling. Understanding the principle of rhythm allows us to see that these movements are not random but part of a larger, more harmonious pattern. Rhythm is a fundamental characteristic of the universe. It provides order and predictability in a world that can sometimes seem chaotic. When we observe nature, we see that everything follows a cycle, from the birth and death of stars to the life cycles of plants and animals. This universal rhythm maintains balance and harmony in all things. The importance of rhythm also extends to our personal lives. When we understand and accept the natural flows and ebbs of life, we can live more balanced and peaceful lives. Instead of resisting difficult moments, we can see them as part of a necessary cycle that will eventually lead us back to tranquility and growth. This acceptance helps us develop resilience and a greater appreciation for the ups and downs of the journey. Nature offers us countless examples of rhythm. The seasons of the year, for example, follow a regular cycle of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each season has its own role and contributes to the renewal and sustenance of life. The ocean tides, driven by the gravity of the moon, rise and fall in a predictable pattern that influences marine life and even agriculture in coastal regions. Another example is the life cycle of plants. From the germination of a seed to growth, flowering, fruiting, and finally the death of the plant, each stage reflects the natural rhythm. These cycles are essential for biodiversity and ecosystem health. When we observe these patterns in nature, we can see how the principle of rhythm is present in all aspects of existence, bringing order and beauty to the world around us. Rhythm in personal life. In our personal lives, the principle of rhythm manifests in various ways. We experience periods of energy and motivation followed by moments of fatigue and discouragement. Just like the tides, our emotions oscillate between joy and sadness, enthusiasm and apathy. These highs and lows are natural and part of the flow of life. It is important to recognize that these cycles are not signs of weakness or failure. Instead, they are indicators that we are in tune with the universal rhythm. By accepting and honoring these cycles, we can better prepare for challenges and make the most of the high periods. Instead of fighting against the low moments, we can use them for reflection and renewal, knowing that they will also pass. At work, we can observe periods of high productivity and creativity followed by phases of stagnation or exhaustion. During productive moments, we should strive to achieve our goals, while slower periods can be used to rest and reassess our objectives. Understanding this rhythm can help us avoid burnout and maintain balanced performance. In relationships, we also experience highs and lows. There will be moments of great connection and harmony, but there will also be periods of conflict or distance. These flows and ebbs are normal and can strengthen the relationship if approached with understanding and patience. In health, we go through phases of vitality and others of illness. Recognizing and respecting these cycles allows us to better care for ourselves, adjusting our lifestyle as needed to maintain balance. The law of duality and rhythm. The principle of rhythm is closely linked to the principle of polarity, which states that everything has two poles, or two opposite extremes. These extremes are inherent to rhythm because the movement between them creates the ebb and flow we observe. For example, heat and cold are extremes of a temperature spectrum, and rhythm manifests in the transition between these states. Polarity shows us that these opposites are not mutually exclusive but complementary. Joy and sadness, light and darkness, are all parts of the same cycle. Understanding this duality helps us see that difficult moments are not permanent and that change is constant and inevitable. By embracing this understanding, we can find balance amid life's fluctuations. Polarities create the rhythm of life by establishing transition points. Without extremes, there would be no movement or change. The existence of highs and lows, beginnings and endings, drives the continuous cycle of growth and renewal. These cycles are necessary for personal and spiritual evolution and development. Polarities also offer us opportunities for learning and growth. Moments of challenge teach us resilience and strength, while periods of joy and success show us gratitude and appreciation. By recognizing the importance of polarities and rhythm, we can live with greater awareness and purpose, navigating the highs and lows with grace and wisdom. Acceptance of rhythm. Accepting and understanding life cycles is essential to living in harmony with the principle of rhythm. When we resist natural changes, we create tension and frustration. However, by accepting that highs and lows are part of the human experience, we can find peace and balance. Recognizing that everything is in constant motion helps us maintain perspective and develop an attitude of acceptance toward challenges. This acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but an active awareness that each phase has its purpose. Difficult moments offer valuable lessons and growth opportunities. Instead of fighting against life's natural flow, we can learn to navigate it, using each experience as a chance to learn and evolve. This deep understanding of universal rhythm empowers us to live more consciously and serenely. Practices like meditation and mindfulness are powerful tools for accepting life's highs and lows. Meditation helps us cultivate a calm and observant mind, allowing us to see our thoughts and emotions more clearly. By practicing meditation regularly, we develop the ability to detach from emotional extremes and find an inner point of balance. Mindfulness, or full attention, teaches us to live in the present moment, recognizing and accepting experiences without judgment. When we are fully present, we can handle highs and lows more balanced and compassionately. These practices help us create a space of acceptance within ourselves, where we can observe life's rhythms without being overwhelmed by them, allowing us to respond more wisely and thoughtfully. Navigating the highs. High moments are periods of great energy and creativity, and knowing how to make the most of them can be extremely beneficial. During these periods, it is important to channel positive energy into projects and activities that bring us satisfaction and progress. Setting clear and challenging goals can help us direct this energy in a productive and rewarding manner. Additionally, sharing our joy and enthusiasm with others can amplify the positive effects of these moments. When we are at a high point, we have the opportunity to inspire and motivate those around us, creating a positive and collaborative environment. Celebrating victories, no matter how small, and recognizing progress made during these periods strengthen our sense of accomplishment and prepare us to face the next cycles with more confidence. To maximize growth and productivity during positive periods, it is crucial to maintain a balanced and organized approach. Planning and prioritizing important tasks help us use high energy efficiently. Avoiding overload and burnout is equally important. We must find a sustainable rhythm that allows for continued progress without sacrificing our well-being. Another fundamental aspect is self-confidence. In high moments, it is common to feel a natural urge to expand our limits and explore new possibilities. Embracing these opportunities with courage and determination can lead to significant discoveries and personal and professional advancements. Reflecting on the lessons learned during these periods and integrating them into our daily routine contributes to continuous and sustainable growth. Overcoming the lows. Low moments are inevitable and part of life's natural cycle. Developing effective techniques to handle these periods is essential for maintaining emotional and mental balance. One important approach is practicing self-compassion, recognizing that it is normal to feel down or overwhelmed, and offering yourself the same care and understanding you would give to a close friend. Another useful technique is staying connected with activities and practices that bring comfort and well-being. This can include physical exercises that release endorphins and help improve mood, or creative activities that can be an outlet for expressing difficult emotions. Establishing a routine that includes moments of self-care and relaxation can help navigate low periods more easily and resiliently. Finding strength and resilience during challenging times often requires a change of perspective. Instead of viewing low moments as failures or setbacks, we can see them as opportunities for introspection and personal growth. Identifying and reflecting on the lessons these challenges offer can transform adversity into a source of wisdom and strength. Cultivating a support network is also crucial. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can provide the encouragement and perspective needed to overcome tough times. Resilience is often strengthened through meaningful connections with others, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. By combining these approaches, we can face life's lows with an attitude of learning and renewal, emerging stronger and better prepared for future cycles. Rhythm and spiritual growth. Understanding the principle of rhythm can be a powerful key to spiritual growth. By recognizing that everything in life follows a natural ebb and flow, we can develop a deeper acceptance of our own experiences and the challenges we face. This acceptance allows us to navigate highs and lows with a more open mind and heart, fostering a sense of inner peace and spiritual clarity. The practice of observing and harmonizing with these cycles helps us see life from a broader perspective. Instead of getting lost in daily fluctuations, we can perceive a greater purpose in our spiritual journey. This understanding teaches us patience, knowing that after each difficult moment, there will be a period of renewal and growth. This balance strengthens us, making us more resilient and connected to the universal flow. Practices like meditation, prayer, and contemplation are fundamental to aligning with the principle of rhythm. Daily meditation helps us tune into our own internal cycles, allowing us to observe our emotions and thoughts without judgment. By developing this awareness, we can respond to life's challenges with greater serenity and wisdom. Another powerful practice is spiritual journaling, where we reflect on our experiences and observe the patterns in our journey. This act of writing and reflecting allows us to recognize the rhythms in our lives and find meaning in the oscillations. Additionally, activities like yoga and Tai Chi, which combine physical movement with mental focus, help balance our body and mind, promoting harmony with the natural rhythm of the universe. Integrating the principle of rhythm into daily life. To integrate the principle of rhythm into daily life, it is important to start with awareness. Take time each day to reflect on your own cycles of energy, emotions, and thoughts. This can be done through a brief morning meditation or an evening journaling session. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to living in harmony with them. Another practical tip is to adjust your activities according to your natural cycles. If you notice that you have more energy and creativity at certain times of the day, plan your most challenging tasks for those periods. Similarly, allow yourself to rest and rejuvenate during low moments. This approach not only improves efficiency, but also promotes a healthy and sustainable balance. Living in harmony with the universal rhythm involves an attitude of acceptance and flexibility. Understanding that life is a series of cycles helps us not to cling too tightly to good moments or despair during difficult times. Each phase has its purpose and contribution to our personal and spiritual growth. The practice of gratitude is an effective way to maintain this perspective. By being thankful for both the highs and the lows, we acknowledge the richness of all experiences. This daily habit of gratitude keeps us centered and connected with life's flow, allowing us to navigate the tides with a lighter and more open spirit. Throughout this video, we explored the principle of rhythm and how it manifests in our lives. From the basic understanding of universal cycles to practical application in our daily lives, we have seen that rhythm is in everything around us. We discussed how accepting these cycles can bring us peace and balance, and how spiritual practices can help us harmonize with this natural flow. I invite you to reflect on your own life cycles. Observe the patterns of highs and lows and consider how they have shaped your journey so far. Accepting and embracing these rhythms can transform challenges into growth opportunities and bring a new depth to your life experience. To integrate the principle of rhythm, I suggest starting with a daily practice of meditation or journaling. Spend a few minutes observing and reflecting on your own cycles. If you resonated with these words, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content on spirituality and spiritual growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey of spiritual awakening. Let us create a community of mutual support where we can inspire each other to live with more inner freedom and authenticity every step of the way. Leave a comment sharing your reflections and experiences with the principle of rhythm. How do you deal with the patterns of highs and lows in your life? What practices do you use or plan to use to integrate the principle of rhythm? Your story can be the light that guides others on their own awakening journeys. May the light guide your path, always.